Imagine this, it's early morning in the fall of 2000, and it's 2 hours before the opening of the college. We went up to, on the second floor of CC2, we kind of looked out and had that Field of Dreams moment where we were watching these rows of cars that were coming down Beardsley, and then they would go into the parking garage and the buses were beginning to come, and then students were being dropped off in the front, and I think we can hear the students walking around and going upstairs and trying to find their classes, so it was great.
A few months ago, Cascadia Community College was actively looking for students. Today, staffers are turning them away from some classes.
If someone were to ask you, is it easy to establish a community college, what would you say?
No, it took us 7 or 8 years to do it. And it's really a political issue. You've got to convince the legislature that they needed another community college and to fund it. So they formed a committee based on people in the Kirkland, Redmond, Bothell, and Woodinville area. And they appointed a committee of 50 people, and I was one of them. The site selection committee picked the Truly site. Truly was kind of an interesting character. He had a farm there. A substantial part of it was wetlands, which became a real issue. So that was taken to the legislature, and the legislature, in its wisdom, decided we should study it more.
Cascadia is the first community college to open in Washington in 2 decades. It's designed to serve the part of the East Side that felt overlooked.
Had any of you ever started a college before?
No, and that was kind of scary, but interesting because we kind of went to the state and said, you have like a book or a PowerPoint slide that says, day 1 you do this, day 2 you do this, and then in a year you do this. There was none of that. There was just this idea of a vision, a need, a desire, a passion to teach, but a passion to teach differently and a passion to teach, in a way that really truly engages students.
If this is bulb A, B, and C, how is the brightness of A compared to B?
We're not going to be based on content. We're going to be based on student learning and how student learning is going to be driven by these learning outcomes that are universal for any course a student takes, but more importantly, very transferable to the workplace. Not only do we need more spaces like this, and not only do we need new approaches to student learning and student success, but we also need to be very aware of, learning and teaching as a creative endeavor.
What do you imagine is moving people?
The ability to move students from being a novice learner to an expert learner so they can move on and develop a career, and a career that they have chosen. And the feedback we received in the first 2 years was that they would say, wow, this is different.
What is it that makes Cascadia stand out?
The classroom has not changed as much, I don't think, as the campus population. Every student is welcome and belongs here. And that's what really makes Cascadia different, is the effort to listen and see all students. There's so much diversity, and I love it. And I love that it is not just domestic, but it's international. And it gives us an opportunity to learn more about each other. I've always believed that we have to work together. We can't survive in this world if we don't work together. And younger folks who are going to college have to learn how to work with other people. And if you can learn to work with different groups and feel comfortable and safe and secure and willing to step out of the comfort zone to learn and keep learning, that's a great thing. We don't know what the future has in store for us. But what I do know is as we move forward, we will continue to show the value of each individual and why each person matters.